Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Fantasia and this is Sewing with Tay from the Aya Emporium. Today is another hand knitting video, so get your yarn and something to drink, you know, preferably coffee, and let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to be doing this like weave hand knit bag. I saw it on Pinterest and I'm like, oh, this is super cool, I want to try it. And I did. It took me like three times to get it because I kept making mistakes. So I filmed myself making the video so that I can show you all. And if you're new here and any of this sounds like your cup of tea, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when I'm making new videos. So this is the bag. It's a hand knit weave texture, just something cute, something fun. It took me probably less than an hour. It probably will take you less than an hour. The tools that I needed for this were a little different than what I normally have for hand knitting. Of course, you're going to need like tubular yarn, the bulky stuff. I use a dry erase board. I saw someone else use a bin, like a narrow bin, and I feel like that might have been better because then you get a little bit more width in your bag. And also clips. Clips look like this. I got these off of Amazon. I bought them for like fittings. Man, I have butterfingers today. I bought them for like fittings, like bridal clips. And I use these, but I'm sure you can use paper clips or like clothespins. Any type of clip, you will need some type of clip to be able to hold it onto your bin or board, whatever you choose to use. And some scissors. Outside of that, you won't need anything else other than your hands for this project. So let's jump right into it. Alright, we're going to start with my 11 by 14 dry erase board, and I have a handful of these clips. I have my chunky yarn, and I can put links to all of these in the description from Amazon. And here is my chunky yarn. I'm going to put it on the narrow side of the board. I did make a mistake when I did this the first time, and I put it on the longer side of the board, which meant that the opening of the bag was the width of the smaller side. So I wanted my opening to be on the wider side, so I took it apart and flipped it. So with my yarn on the smaller side, I put a clip there, and then I put a clip on the bottom just to hold it so that it didn't slip off. So now I am going to securely wrap my tube yarn around the board. You will need to like squeeze these together so there's no space, and you know, want to keep them tight. You're gonna think this is like your weave of your bag, so you want it to be smooth. I was about one row shy of having 8 sets. You want to make sure you have an even number. So for this 11 by 14, I had 16 rows here. And then once you have your set even number, then you want to pull that yarn back up to the top for the last one and also put a clip there. I clipped it to the other yarn and it wasn't staying there, so I had to actually clip it to the board. And I clipped that bottom side too because it also wanted to come out. I'm going to make a loop here, and we're just going to weave just like we did as a kid. You're going to go over under 2 rows of tube yarn at a time. So you'll see me go here. I'm going to go under the second set. So basically over the first one, under the second one. So I'm going to keep doing that all the way to the top. I'm going to go under every other row. Make sure you're not skipping any because I did that once and had to take them out. So every other 2 sets, you're going to go under them, just like that, under. And then you want to make sure it is pushed all the way to the edge, like really tight, so there's no gaps there. Then you're going to pull up the yarn that's still connected to your working yarn, that's connected to the ball of your yarn. And you're going to flip your board over and then continue the over under method. So every other 2 rows, you're going to go under. And if you run out of yarn, you're going to have to go back to the front side and pull more yarn up through the loops to make sure you have enough to leave 1 loop at the top. So where you see me put that clip, it's holding the loop. So I'm going to go back to my working yarn on the flip the board, and I'm going to wrap it around that clip I just put on the back, and then we're going to do the same thing but now the opposite. If we went over the first one on the first row, now we're going to go under on the second row, and then you're going to keep doing that over and under all the way till you get to the back side at the bottom. So you'll have to see I'm pulling that yarn that is on the like outside, you want to keep pulling that so you have enough length to get all the way over. So you see here under, because I went over on the last one, and you're going to keep going over under, and you see I don't have enough yarn there, so I'm going to pull some more yarn up and then continue to pull on the back side, and you're going to go up and down, and then when you get to the top, you're going to use your clip to hold your loop there. You want to make sure you clip it in tight so that it doesn't come apart. And then you're going to flip your board again. Make sure that loop is tight. There shouldn't be any extra slack. Push them, squeeze them together. You see here there's some extra length. So I'm going to pull that back down. Make sure that it is snug. And then you're going to wrap it around. And then you're going to make a loop. And then you're going to do the same thing again. If you went over that first set of 2, now you're going to go under that first set of 2. So you're going to keep doing that back and forth all the way till you get to the end of the bag. And then you'll start to see this little weave texture. And you want to make sure that you're going every 2 so that you don't like make a mistake or go. One time I went over 1 instead of over 2. So make sure that you're doing them in rows of 2. So over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2. And then make sure that your yarn that you're looping around the clip stays there, because I did lose that a few times. So we're just going to keep going. I kind of sped this up because it's super repetitive. We're just doing the same thing over and over again. Make sure you have a loop at the top that you clip. And then when you flip your board back over, that you're wrapping that working yarn around the clip before you start the next row. So we're going to go all the way through. And then once we get done, now we're going to start with the top of the bag. So this is what we have so far. That last row though was a little bit hard, and then I ran out of yarn. So I'm going to show you this. If you haven't seen my other videos, you're going to pull that white fluff out, trim it so you just have the casing left, and then you can tie it together with like a triple knot, really super tight knot. You don't want those to come apart. So you have to cut that first, the white fluff out first, so that you just have the casing. Otherwise it gets too thick. So pull them apart and then tie them together in the tightest knot that you possibly can. You could choose to sew these together, but that was not my prerogative with making this bag. I was just doing this for fun, honestly. So once you get that tight, that was my last row where I had ran out of yarn. So I had to make the new tie to tie them together, connect my yarns, wrap it around my clip, and then go in for that last row. And I feel like I could have done a better job of keeping my clips closer and squeezing those rows in, because when I got to the end, I felt like there was a little extra space where I could have squeezed in one more row. So I'm taking off that clip on the end because I no longer need it to be held. I'm going to pull some more of that working yarn through. You see, this is me here squeezing those rows together so I can fit it through there. You're going to go over and under, just like we've been doing this whole time. And then once you get to the end, you can try to squeeze one more clip in there, or you could just let it hang. So this is our bag. This is what we have so far. So the next step in our bag is to cast off. If you've watched any of my other videos, you have seen me cast off before. This is no different. We're going to take that working yarn that's on the end, and that right there was my last loop. So kind of the working yarn is on one side and that last loop is on the other side. So I am going to take my clip out. So I should have 3 free loops right now, 1 on each side and that last loop. I'm going to pull my yarn through to make a loop, and then I'm going to put that loop over the next one. I'm going to zoom in because people always get confused here. Take that loop, put it over the next one, use your working yarn to make a new loop, and then pull that yarn through. So now we have another loop. You're going to take that next pin out and do the same thing. Take that loop you just made, put it over it, or another way of saying is put that second loop inside of the first one, and then use that yarn you have to make a new loop. So here we're going to do it again before I speed this up. We have a loop here. We're going to take our yarn over, and then we're going to take the yarn inside of that loop to make a new one. And basically we're going to continue this process over and over again until we get to the end. I am going to speed this up, but I'm going to slow it down so I can kind of show you where I felt like I probably could have squeezed in one more row. There was a little bit of a gap and I wasn't sure what happened, but honestly I did this 3 times. I didn't necessarily want to do it again. So we're going to keep casting off. So over the next one, make a new loop. Put the next loop inside the first one, and then use the yarn to make a new loop. Same difference, just saying it a little differently, whichever way is clearer for you. So we're going to keep going. It was a little difficult to pull those loops off because I didn't want the loops to get too big or too spacious, so I kind of left them kind of tight. You probably could leave them a little bit bigger. So here is where I felt like I had an extra loop, so I had to kind of pull it around. See here, there was like some extra yarn there, so I pulled my second loop into the first one, but then I'm going to adjust this. You see that extra length there, so I kind of pulled it out and around, hoping that it would kind of even out. But once I did that, I'm going to go back to my regular programming. So you see here, none of these ones are on loops. These are the ones where we wrapped them around, so they look a little different. But you want to do the same thing. You're going to grab them, put the first loop over it, and then use your working yarn to make a new loop. So you're going to keep doing that all the way until you get to the end. And then you can slide out the board. It was a little difficult because it was snug on there. You can slide this board out, and then we're going to start on the strap. The strap, I wanted it to be a little snug, so I ended up doing it over, but I didn't show you the first step. We just want to make sure that it's a little snug. So first thing we have to do is we have to cut our yarn. Cut about a nice long piece, probably about 3-4 times the length of the opening, and then you're going to pull it all the way through and pull it tight. So then we're going to take that yarn inside the bag along that side seam, and we're going to find a space there, and we're going to pull a loop out. So it looks just like this. And then once you have your loop out, you're going to take your working yarn and you're going to make a new loop. I didn't count these before, so I'm going to try to count them now. This is 3 loops right here. And then we're going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 4 loops. So we have 5 and 6 loops and 7 loops and 8 loops. Trying to keep them all the same size. And we're going to have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I can't really see anymore, so I'm going to stop guessing. I'm going to go count my bag. Okay, I ended up with about 19 loops. I'm going to take that last loop and I'm going to stick it about a row down on the side of the other side of the bag. I found a little space here where that I told you that last loop was doing something weird. So I stuck my loop in above there, and then you're going to push that loop inside your bag, and then you're just going to pull your yarn all the way through. That's what you just saw me, was pulling that yarn through. But I also felt like there was another little space there, so I pulled the loop outside the bag and then put it inside the bag. And then I pulled my yarn through that loop as well to help close up the gap that happened here on the side. Once you get done, I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I cut the filler of the yarn and then tie it onto the bag. So here's my yarn. I'm going to give it a little bit of space. Then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to pull out that filler, give it a trim down. And then I'm going to use that kind of caseless part, and I'm going to use it to tie it upon another loop on the side of the bag and tie it tight. Make sure it is not going to come apart. And then we're going to move on to the bottom of the bag where we clipped that thread and we just kind of left it there. We're going to pull that yarn into the bag. So we're going to push it over the 2 loops in the corner, and then we're just going to pull it to the inside. And I was scared it might get a little misshaping, but it actually was fine. So I just pulled it all the way in and it was okay. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to pull out some of this fluff. This was hard because I did not leave a lot of length on that piece that I clipped in the beginning. So it became a little bit harder to tie off because there's a little less length. So once I got it tied, I did decide that I wanted to get some needle and thread and sew that bottom piece closed so that it's just a little bit clearer. Here's me and my needle and thread and where I tied it together. So I'm just sewing together that edge of the casing where I cut out the filling, and I'm just sewing it onto the tube just to make sure that it's clean. But once you get this done, the bag is pretty much done. I do want to take a lint brush to it because I took this apart and they got threads all over it from my sewing room floor. But otherwise, I really love how this came out. Thank y'all so much for watching my video and watching me make my weaved cross knit, I don't have a name for this, my weaved hand knit bag. So cute. It will go right along with my collection of the other ones. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to use these for, but I thought this was super cute. I really love this detail, and maybe even to do this in like a stripe would be really cool, or like 2 colors would be cool. But if any of that is your cup of tea, please hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, hit the notification bell so you know when I make new videos. But until next time, y'all, bye.